Almost got my transmission lines finished up here. I did have to get an adapter. This rides out of like a 96 Chevy truck, like a 1500. So it doesn't fit the greatest. And the cooler lines on the truck are actually 3/8 in this year. And my transmission cooler line on this setup is 5/16. They're not the nicest, but they'll work for now. I'll adjust them later once it's in the air or outside or whatever. I don't have a lot of room to work in here right now, so we'll get that together. This is the fitting I had to get here, the adapter fitting. Basically it's made, that's basically like a 3/8 tube nut with a flare on the inside there. That way it just threads into the rad, and then on the other side you just thread your normal transmission line in there. So I'm just working on the fuel system here, trying to get the tank in. I just thought I'd test fit this one before cutting it up and putting a sump or anything in it. Because this one's from a 73 Monte Carlo. And it is different than the 76 Cutlass. You can see the filler neck's kind of in the wrong spot there. Comes out right at the bumper. So I might be able to basically put this in the press or whatever and try tweaking the neck once I'm back to work, and see if I can raise that up some. Okay, so I got manifolds all welded up here. I just kind of winged it and put the wastegates on, or the flanges for the wastegates. I cleaned up the pipe in there a little bit already. It's hard to see. I gotta do this side still. I started with the driver's side first. I'm still gonna have to trim it up some more. I didn't do a very good job with this one. I did the other side after and did a much nicer job, so I didn't have to trim it as much. But I just have to basically grind out that little bit. I'm going to do that. Right after I test fit them. I'm just going to make sure that the wastegate flange is actually clear. I just kind of winged it. Put them approximately where I thought they would be. So I'll test fit them. Pull back off, grind out that wastegate hole there. I also want to get rid of some of this weld overhang on top of the ports, just to make sure I have no restrictions with locking the top of the port, because these are a little bit smaller than regular Oldsmobile flanges. So go get them test fit and we'll see how it looks. Alright, what you saw there was a few months ago. Done a little bit of work since then. Not enough though. This is where we're at. Got the exhaust manifolds all bolted up. Got them painted. Installed. That turbo's all bolted down. Pretty much ready to go. This one needs a couple more bolts. Got the wastegates mounted. They fit alright. What my plan is to do for the wastegates, I'm going to basically run a pipe off of these and run it down under the downpipe, just to save some space, trying to run everything down there under the car so it gets a little tight between the steering shaft there. What I'm figuring is I'll run a separate wastegate pipe basically off here, and then I'll tie it in under the car when I bump it up to 3-inch. That way I'm not affecting any of the flow of the 2.5-inch off the turbo, is basically my theory on it. I don't know if it will make a difference or not, but that way I'm not adding extra exhaust to the exhaust that's already coming out of the turbo, just to make it more efficient, I guess. So this side, they're not very symmetrical, as you can see, but I'm just kind of working with the space I got. That one's will end up being plumbed basically underneath the exhaust manifold on the passenger side. I started working on the charge piping, but I'm not too happy with it because I ran into some clearance issues down here with the water pump pulley, and then trying to run the pipe from the passenger side. So I'm going to redo that. That's why it's only tack welded right now. I did get a couple silicone hoses off of Amazon, the 2-inch ones off the turbos, and then this 3-inch to 4-inch adapter here. Been trying to find a couple more T-bolt clamps as well. I usually get all those from TSE, but they didn't have any at the local one in town here. I did find these 2 T-bolt ones here from Princess Auto. That's all they really had in stock as well, was enough to do those. They didn't have any of the smaller 2-inch ones. The fuel tank I was trying to fit was out of a 73 Monte Carlo. I just basically scrapped that idea. I went with a brand new tank for a 76 Cutlass. I didn't want to be welding a sump onto an old tank and have the tank rot out in another year or two, so I just started fresh. That way I don't have to worry about it again. And I had one of the guys that has done a few of these weld in the sump for me. So I'll show you guys that in the next video. I'm hoping to maybe push this outside soon and try to get fired up, at least anyways, even if it doesn't have charge piping and stuff on it, but just to see that if there's any leaks in the exhaust manifolds or anything else I got to do. So we are closing in on winter, so I don't know if I'll be able to drive this year, but if I can get it tested and hopefully get a good jump on the spring and get it out right away and actually enjoy it. So until the next one, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see how this turns out. Thanks.